So in the first qualifier, both of these players lost to Cham, which is pretty interesting. And that was just qualifier number 1. The second qualifier, Jim Rising beat TerraN and Barrala, and the ZergLord lost to Eggs. So both of these players are only losing to like the best of the best, really.
Yeah, and here they are duking it out against each other once again, fellow countrymen.
Yeah, and then in the final qualifier, the ZergLord was taken out by Eric, and TerraN was taken out by Ryu.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're only losing to the best of the best here. Nothing but good matches, and I'm glad we can continue it on. I was a little sad after a whole week of casting that there was nothing else going on for the week, and then we got this special treat here. It's like we finished a whole meal and a steak, and then someone was like, all right, let's go. Wait, I have dessert. And here we are. This is the dessert. This is like the last bite, the best bite of it all. The final matchup, spawning in the top left-hand corner, representing Brazil, playing for Black Knight Gaming. It is none other than TerraN.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Submarine LE, we have going pool first, the Brazilian Zerg player representing team The Bad. It is the ZergLord.
Oh man, I'm kind of going for the ZergLord just because I like to see a Zerg win. But regardless, I'm interested to see their builds. Like, Zerg can't really go for too much cheeky stuff too often. You know, you want to hide tech, you want to maybe do a rush, that's cool, but there's no, like, I'm going to sneak roaches and proxy roaches somewhere.
Yeah. For Zerg, it is a lot more of, like, just like early Roach Ravager all-in, or Ling Floods, or things along those lines.
Bane buff, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like the Protoss where they can get DTs or Resonating Glaives or open with Oracles, which we haven't even really seen any Oracle openers other than the one that absolutely failed.
Yeah, the one on Eternal Empire.
Yeah. Maybe that's why we don't see those openers. I think that Overlord being there and not seeing the second gate lets you know that it's instantly air. Links, they did get seen.
Yeah, he did see.
But he only sees 3. I don't know if he saw all 6.
Yeah. This does tell him though that it was a pull first. Otherwise, there would be no reason for Lings to be out right now. So yeah, if he does keep.
This is a lot of Lings though. I think this is always going for the quick Roach Warren. He's being, as I'm talking about being cheesy, he's being cheesy. So I was gonna say 6 Lings is like a lot. That's either meant to completely distract your opponent, or it's meant to completely kill the natural base that is being made. And he's not going for Ling speed, so that means that he's not going to kill anything with these Lings. They're strictly just to keep his opponent back at home. If the first 3 Lings got caught up and died like they did, he has the other ones there. He's gonna deny the scout with the Queen, and he gets it.
Yeah, and again, because of that pull first, like, there is no scouting for this Reaper. It is staying at home, so it isn't across the map looking to see what is coming his way, and it's so important that he does, because these roaches are already pushing out.
He's getting a bunker though, which is pretty good, and as I said, there's no Ling speed here because he's saving the gas for the roaches. Ooh, but he can get a cancel on the bunker maybe.
Well, it looks like he's trying to focus down the SCV that's making the bunker at the same time. One Marine did finish, all the SCVs went down.
Oh my god, and he bought himself enough time, denied the bunker with a single Ling over there fighting. The wall is down, and now the roaches are here, and he's gonna have to lift up the third base. He's trying to keep that wall open. A good grenade to close the wall. That was actually pretty cheeky there. Nice play.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him go for the bunker maybe, but no, he's gonna try and get these workers here, get as much damage as he can from here. A little Marine popping out on the wrong side.
Yeah,
he only has 1 Ravager though, so it's gonna be a slow crawl of roaches coming in. He's gonna have to retreat to the repairs. Yeah. But as he sits there and does damage after he gets his base lift up, he's just gonna bleed out the TerraN by causing damage to and causing him to repair.
Yeah, and as we see, we have 6 drones on the way across the map. So the ZergLord, he is trying to transition. He is droning up behind this. This Roach Ravager is just here to deny and delay the expansion.
And he does get that there depot, and that's actually pretty huge. He was a little bit late on the... Oh, God. Oh, how did he not get that? He was a little bit late on the repair there.
Yeah, and maybe he could get this D-Red too with the Biles so close.
Oh my god. But there's so much army here now for TerraN, and TerraN can just push out across the map.
Yeah.
The ZergLord is on 2 bases. Really doesn't have much right now that can help.
Yeah, and TerraN, he's not taking this opportunity. He cleans everything up, and what is there across the map? There's 2 queens, and that's it, you know? Link speed only just starting as well, so right now there is an opportunity. He is striking around trying to clear overlords, but definitely he could have gone across the map.
Yeah, ooh, even getting this overlord will be huge. Just gonna supply block the ZergLord. Ooh, even harder supply blocking him right here. Jesus. He's getting supply blocked so hard right now.
Yeah, and with these two
I'm dropping
units,
the Viking.
Yeah, and I think the base should be cancelled. The roaches aren't even on the way. He knows.
He's just like, go ahead, kill it as long as you want. I'm gonna make a bunch of overlords, and 5 overlords coming up right now. He's just now getting Ling speed cancel. Hello? Alright. He tried to make it into a gas geyser. No dice. Oh my god. How does this get in there?
Okay.
I like that he did take the third to the left now.
Yeah, he just gave up that position. He's taking another base, a more defensible position because he already has his roaches here. And the Reaper did go in, did scout that, you know, there was a lot of saturation here in the natural, so should feel relatively safe. And yeah, TerraN is looking really good so far in this game.
Yeah, he's already getting stem. He should be done any minute now with that, and even 2 medevacs at a time. I think he's just going to go for a big push here early on. Knowing that the ZergLord is stunted having to remake those Vikings, he's going to come in and scout everything. He knows the third isn't up yet. He knows there's not much here for defense.
Yeah. And the big problem is, like, there's no Bailey nest either. He just has roaches and lings, and that's about it. And against Bayer, this doesn't really do too well at all. There are a lot of queens, though, so there's plenty of transfuse potential. But a lot of them is being wasted here, so...
That's actually super good. That is literally just forcing out a bunch of transfuses. I think it'd been a better idea to let it die.
Yeah.
You're going to need those transfuses here in a little bit.
Yeah, here comes the drop.
Like right now. And there's not even going to be a good amount of creep spread at this third base here because it's just now coming out. So if he gets in a good position in the corner, he can definitely do some damage. And I think he can even pick off that overlord right there that's just low health sitting out in the open.
Yeah, we'll see how much damage he can get done. He can definitely get the overlord, maybe a couple of queens as well, or just drones.
Straight for the overlord. All the queens are going to go down. I don't think he can defend this.
Oh my god, 2 queens already going down, a 3rd queen as well.
Oh my god, this is GG. There's no way he can beat this. There's no more anti-air. The drop capability is endless. On the back of this, he's getting more Marines out, more medevacs. +1 is about to finish. He's getting combat shields, and still, the ZergLord only has a handful of roaches and lings, and he's making more roaches and lings. Not helping his production. He's up in worker count a little bit, so that is good for him. But looking at the supply, TerraN is just looking on point.
Yeah, definitely. And again, the ZergLord, he barely lost any workers. That's the one thing going for him. Like, his worker count is good. But what about the army? Like, there's just so much Marine here.
Oh, God.
Roaches are not ideal.
Yeah, I want to see where he puts these tanks at. He's going to put them right next to each other. There is no Ravager, so the closer together, the better in this point.
Yeah. There's nothing to buy them down.
Yeah, so he's going to go ahead and probably, I want to say, finish out the game right here. Seeing those Ravagers morph in on the scan, he's going to push this issue until the Ravagers come out. And I think he has just enough time to close this game out. Slow bleed out. He can even retreat into the corner here of the base and just take the base out like that from the cover of the tanks, and he's just going to finish the game out here, I believe.
Yeah, just so many units went down. There are only 2 Ravagers left and a couple of queens, but the army just pounces upon it. 1 more Ravager goes down, and...
Yeah. TerraN has double the army supply as a TerraN player against the Zerg. And that base, he can sneeze on it and it's dead.
Yeah.
And he just sneezed on it.
just sneezed on it and down it went.
He got the COVID and turned into a bunch of broodlings. And he's setting overlords over there. He has everything queued. Even catching these roaches out. Yeah. And I like this. He's going home now. There's a lot of roaches out here for defense. The ZergLord even tried to get that base in the north, but there's a Cyclone. How did the Cyclone not die from earlier? Oh my god.
I thought the Lings dealt with it as well.
The Cyclone back from the dead. Where did this thing come from? I think he pulled his units away just before it died.
Oh my god.
But oh my god. The Cyclone literally was the last thing I expected. I was like, did he send a Hellion over there? What is it? Hero fight. He even got a macro hatch in the middle of his natural. I've never seen that.
Jesus, yeah, Jesus Christ. And here comes the second round, the second push. All these tanks sieging up, so much Marine here. And Baneling's speed isn't quite done yet. The Baneling's only just now being morphed as well.
And he doesn't even have to kill this army. He's going to try to, which is a little crazy. If he just gets to cancel on that base, he'd be fine. But I think he's maybe even overextending here without the Marine here to tank. Well, the Banelings are kind of useless now. Good micro here. He still can't push into the tanks, but with a couple more Lings. Oh, there's a drop. That's why he wasn't paying attention. This is doing the game-ending damage, I think.
Yeah.
Even catching the Ling reinforcements off guard.
The Lings go down. The Queens are in a dangerous position as well. He pulls the army. At the same time, he goes in for the base.
Yeah, and losing his third base again, being 10 minutes in and losing your third base like 2 to 3 times. This got to be the end of the game here. GG is called. TerraN taking game number 1 off of the ZergLord. And really, I think that was the fault of the ZergLord going for such a cheeky play there.
Yeah, it felt like the early push was okay, but he just didn't have enough for the follow-up, right? Like, maybe he overstayed his welcome as well, because he lost everything across the map. All the roaches, all the ravagers, like, just everything went down.
I think he should have done that a little bit different. Maybe go for, in my opinion, I'd say go for less roaches, take another gas, and you need 3 ravagers so you can corrosive bile down anything without a problem. The problem was when he got there, he had like 2 roaches and 1 ravager, and then that would slowly get picked off, and then more roaches came and they slowly died out. So it really didn't hit like it needed to. When you go from Lings, unupgraded Lings, into roaches that fast, you gotta cause like massive damage. And all he got was a couple what are they called, supply depots, and it just wasn't the damage early on. And then he didn't have a third base, and he couldn't even establish his third base. And as we saw, like we were saying, TerraN needed to push in and do some damage, and he did it. So that was really cool. I like that game. I didn't like the push there from the ZergLord, and I hope he wins this one.
Yeah. Honestly, TerraN really showcased a lot of his skill there. We didn't really get to talk much about it, but I was very surprised that game number 1 was on Submarine. It looks like that was the ZergLord's pick. A bit unfortunate that on his first pick he did end up losing that game. So now we're heading into a more macro game.
But yeah, now you say now that you say that, knowing that Submarine was the first map, I feel like TerraN could have expected all this.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's like, it's the shortest map. Zerg picked it. It's great for drops. Of course he's gonna rush me. And he held it perfectly, so we'll get into it now. Here we are on Ice and Chrome LE. And we are looking in the top right-hand corner of the map at the player who is a Zerg. He's representing the Bad Clan, who stands for social distancing, as you should too. He's down 1 game. He needs to bring it back. This is a best of 5 series, and this is the ZergLord.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, we have the Brazilian TerraN player representing Black Knight Esports. It is TerraN.
And we're getting a best of 5 here, so we would not be seeing all-ins every game, which is why I kind of like that from the ZergLord. It's best of 5, be cheesy in the beginning, sure. But now he is down a match, and he can't mess up no more.
Exactly. So we'll see. I mean, again, I think because the ZergLord picked Submarine first and TerraN picked Ice and Chrome first, I feel like TerraN is a little more comfortable in a macro game, which, I mean, is fair, right? We saw that against Ryu a couple of days ago, and yeah, now I'm curious on this map how the ZergLord is going to approach the late game. Like, what kind of style does he like to go for? Is he like Lingbane Hydra, Lingbane Muta? Does he like Ultras?
Yeah.
Is he like Ryu and does he go Lurkers? I hope not. But
I hope not, but unless he can control it like Ryu, and man, I don't know. I'm nervous here for the ZergLord, but also we saw something cheeky in the beginning. So if we go into this game and he plays solid. I don't know how he'll do against TerraN.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So far, it's
like even seeing players that we've seen play before, like the new update, slight updates, like the Widow Mines and the Queens and the Creep. It all comes into play here, so I don't know who's gonna win this.
Exactly. It's been a while since we've seen these two play. Back then, the ZergLord was able to win that best of 3 against TerraN.
Yeah. And who knows who's been training more?
Exactly. It's been months since then. We have a new patch. We have a new map pool. Yeah.
He missed the drone. I like that.
He did, and we've seen this before, right? The Zerg player hiding that drone.
Yeah. Is he gonna lose 2 lings?
Oh.
He is gonna lose 2 lings. Wow. Oh, he kept it alive. Oh my god, he's gonna lose the Reaper. No. Oh my god, that TerraN patch though. The Queen should have had him.
Yeah, if one more range, the Queen would have been able to snipe that, but...
Wow. But at least he did get the 3rd base up. That is the biggest priority there. Even though he lost a ling. I feel that's normal. Even if you have to chase the Reaper down, you sometimes lose a ling.
Yeah, he only lost 1 ling, almost lost 2, but just 1 in the end, and... Yeah, here
maybe 2 here?
We'll see. Up.
Yep,
oh,
2.
He got a
go for the Creep Tumor. Oh, man. That ain't no Hellion.
Tis not.
I would like to see like a Hellbat drop or something. Well, you don't really see that against Zerg anymore.
Yeah, it has really fallen out of fashion. And we are getting a 1-1-1. Oh, he's not switching them.
There. Interesting. Stem. He's going for a quick push, and he's trying to deny all scouting at all costs, I believe. I'm interested to see what he goes from here. Is he going to go for an armory, NG bays, a bunch of barracks?
Yeah, I mean, the Overlord, will it be able to scout this? There's only 1 Marine chipping away at this, so yeah, he should be able to see. Yeah.
And he's going for another barracks behind this.
Yeah, so he does see everything, actually. He even sees the 2nd rack, so he should know what he's going up against.
He sees the 2nd racks, he sees Stem. He, however, does not see this moving, but it should be expected that tanks are coming with this Bio-Marine push.
Yeah, and we've seen this before, and like these strong bio pushes with the tank. We may even see some SCVs pulled as well to throw down some bunkers. This is
I forgot who we saw that did the... What was it? It was like tanks and 3 racks and no starport at all.
Yeah, it was 3 racks, single factory.
Yeah, single factory. And you get the double upgrades. You get stem and combat shields at the same time. I've been doing that on the ladder. It's fun.
Yeah, I want to say it was Sinner. I could be wrong, but maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I feel like he was in a Battle of the Americas or something, but it wasn't. It was really recent.
Yeah, it was during the qualifiers. I just can't remember if it was in the Latin American or in the NA qualifier.
Yeah, me either. I feel like... What is Pili Pili? Pili Pili's Protoss, right?
Was it Cuddle Bear? Did we see Cuddle Bear do it?
I think it was Cuddle Bear. Something like that. I think it was NA.
Yeah.
But either way, we've been seeing some cool builds from TerraN, I think. Like in which order they do their tech and factories and all that. And now from the ZergLord, it's good. He has some Banes coming out, but I think it's a bit of a mistake for him to keep droning. There is no 3rd base yet here being made by TerraN. And that should indicate to the ZergLord that this is kind of a big, almost all-in push here from TerraN.
Yeah.
Coming very soon, which means he should stop droning maybe at like 43 workers, 44.
Yeah.
He's at 60 workers and getting himself a late 4th. And he needs to just smash and he's even going for a lair, which is a good idea, but he needs upgrades. He's getting double Evo chamber. He needs to just spam Banelings and Lings right now. Yeah,
and the push is getting ready to move out. So I'm honestly really concerned for the ZergLord. I think he's been way too greedy. He's droned up a lot. He's getting a 4th base and a macro hatch, which I understand a macro hatch just
hatch makes sense,
Yeah, but the 4th base is a bit too much maybe. And here we go. The push out is coming out. The lair isn't even done yet, so there's no Baneling speed.
Yeah, that's the problem. He's making 22 lings right now, which is good. The double upgrades is exactly what he needs. Now, the only thing that is a problem here is no Baneling speed. He needs to continue to move his creep out so that the Banelings can have at least a little bit of help here. But with 1 scan, they're going into the bottom side of the map. No Banelings are really morphed in just quite yet. And the tank's in a perfectly good siege position. and he might lose this base. Maybe it's a good idea that he went for the 4th. He kind of just knew he was going to lose this one. He wasn't prepared in time, so he's going to have to scrap it eventually and move all the drones over, I believe.
Oh, he's getting ready for a round.
This can go good, but without Baneling speed, it's really rough. The Lings will hit before the Banes. He's going to bring the Queens into tank to make up for that Baneling speed, and here he goes for this round. Can he pull it off? There's no Lings on the tanks. All the Banes hit the tanks, but it seems like it's still cleaned this all up.
Oh, yeah, there's just enough here to clean everything up.
Wow, that was so good for the ZergLord. TerraN just overextending there a little bit. I don't know what the problem was there, but TerraN should have had a better engagement.
Yeah, I would have said that maybe he was a little bit too passive with his army because he preemptively set up for a long time, and the third didn't go down because of it. I think that's definitely something
he had so much time. Yeah, like the ZergLord morphed in Baneling, set up a surround, brought the Queens, made more Lings, and TerraN just was like sieged up, just slowly chipping away. And I love the way the ZergLord is just constantly going for a surround. Baneling speed is done. The Lings are being microed perfectly, running into the Marines, chasing them back. All the tanks go down. Oh my God, what a connect. The Marines were just not fast enough to no longer stem. And now the Queens here are doing the work. And we got already, I didn't even see, the Spire's on the way. The ZergLord's supply capped right now, but he does have 7 mutas coming out. And you only need, I think, 5 or 6 to one-shot SCV. So 7 to 8 is the magic number. He has to go right across the map and do damage. Unless he sees a push coming, he can get the medevacs, but I think he's going to go across the map and start to deal some worker damage.
Yeah, again, then that hasn't been scouted at all by the TerraN, so we'll see how he can set up defensively. Like, there are no missile turrets. Like, his mineral lines are so naked right now. The tank as well. He is rallying across the map, trying to deal more damage, but he's so far behind right now in terms of the workers.
Oh, he's going to go after the medevacs. Nice. Yeah. That will take the wind out of the sail. This push right here, these guys are pretty much walking to their death. It's against the Geneva Convention.
It is, and TerraN, he falls back. He now sees all the mutalisks, so he will be throwing down missile turrets everywhere, which is great. He's able to respond, but again, he's a little bit far behind. Like, I would like to see a 4th base being thrown down behind this, because the ZergLord, he's kind of being passive himself. He's giving him time to breathe, so he should be taking advantage of that, I feel.
Yeah, an armory is coming up, so I think we're about to see some Thors in production, but I don't know which way this goes for the ZergLord. I've seen some people just go mass muta and it works. Some people transition, just make a few mutas and then go into roaches. So I'm interested to see what the ZergLord is going to do here. He's now getting an infestation pit. I think he's done making mutas. These mutas are strictly to keep out the medevac drops and the rest of the army from really being able to move out.
Yeah, and we'll see, like, with this infestation pit, we'll see if he gets a hive, or what he gets from that hive, if he goes for a greater spire, if he goes for ultras instead.
More medevacs are being made. He's throwing down another factory. I think TerraN plans to get some Thors out and just hold all this off, but it's not easy when the ZergLord has had plenty of time to breathe. He pushed back your attacks. You did no economic damage to him. Yeah. And now the ZergLord is just about to max out, and he's going to max out pretty far before TerraN, I think.
Yeah, it's going to take a while for TerraN to get into the swing of things, because he is getting drilling claws, which is nice. Like, Widowmines would be great for this army composition against Lingbane Muta, but he doesn't have any yet. He just has 2 tanks as an anchor point here, and I feel like as soon as the ZergLord pushes out, it's going to be very difficult for TerraN to hold on to his 3rd.
Yeah, and even Hive Tech being researched now, and I think by the time that TerraN is able to push out for an attack and secure his 3rd, maybe his 4th base. I mean, the ZergLord's on 5 bases, and once he's maxed out, he can make 6 bases, 7 bases, and then he can transition into what I would assume would be maybe some Vipers and some Ultralisks, or just Ultralisks, or any sort of high-tech unit. And he's just been given all the time in the world here, and he can get a good surround on this army. But he also, like we've said before, he doesn't want to lose all his army, because then, oh my gosh, what a save.
Yeah, nicely done. He does close the wall, and a lot of these things will go down to these Marines. So, nicely done there by TerraN.
He can definitely afford it, but at the same time, you don't want to lose all your army, because while that army is being remade, that gives the TerraN time to go across the map and kill you. Oh my god, he's chasing it down. He's like a shark that smells blood in the water. He gets it. All this is just putting the ZergLord more and more ahead, and I think we're going to go into a game 3 tied up. That's just my early prediction. We'll see with the Banelings, or with the Widowmines here.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we do have an Ultras Cavern on the way for the ZergLord, so he will be transitioning into Ultras, which I do quite like. And yeah, we'll see if they even come into play. The 4th base is trying to get established, but the missile turrets aren't done yet.
Oh, good pick off there. And he's even got Lings here to help, and he can easily take out that 1 missile turret. Lings, oh my god, the Banes came in just in time, and while he's gonna lose a lot of bangs, it'll take out all his army, and these mutas will be able to take out the base.
Yep, and as that happened, the Lings went into the 3rd base as well. Lings in the natural, and again, the Ultras don't even come into play. Ling, Bane, Muta is all you need, and everything is falling.
TerraN just completely pulls his opponent. I mean, ZergLord pulled TerraN completely apart. TerraN is getting a little bit of damage here, but Ultra's on the way, Ling's on the way, Bane's on the way. Muta's still here for the defense. The ZergLord was just able to cause so much more damage than TerraN can stop, and GG is called. So many mutas. The ZergLord takes game number 2, and in this matchup, we see it's anybody's game. It's not just a one-sided matchup.
Yeah, definitely. I was a little bit concerned for the ZergLord headed into a macro game, especially based off of game number 1. But TerraN, but the ZergLord just proving us that he can definitely take it to a later macro game.
I feel like this proves whoever gets cheeky first loses.
Yeah, like TerraN, he put a lot on the line going for a more aggressive opener, just foregoing his economy, foregoing his tech, foregoing everything just for this massive bio push. And
yeah, he was trying a lot of stuff and it just wasn't paying off for him, and it slowly just put him behind every single time it didn't work.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take another break, but I'll be right back.
All right, all good. And here we go. Map number 3 will be on Everdream LE, which again shouldn't surprise many people since the ZergLord, his first pick was Submarine, now his second pick is Everdream. Makes sense, both pretty small rush distances. So we'll see what the ZergLord has planned in this game. I'm a little bit concerned that he's going to go for another like aggressive all-in, and based off of that last game, I kind of don't think he needs to. I would like to see both of these players open up pretty economically and see how they play it out back and forth. It feels like, as Yoda said earlier, the first player to be really aggressive with their openers and forego their economy is just like behind because the other player is just so good at defense. But yeah, we'll see how this plays out. As we are loading in. All right, here we go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player representing Team The Bad. It is the ZergLord.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, he is playing for Black Knight Esports Gaming Team. It is the blue Brazilian player who is also a TerraN. It is TerraN.
All right, so going into this, I was just saying, I wonder who's going to be the aggressor of this game, because it feels like whoever's aggressive, it just doesn't work out for them.
Yeah. What if they're both aggressive here?
Oh.
One thing that we haven't seen in a long time is TerraN's putting like buildings proxied anywhere on the map.
Yeah. I guess TerraN isn't really one to go for a proxy.
Yeah, like racks you see every now and then, or like Reapers, still racks, but you don't see like the old school where they'd put the cybernetics core. I mean, not cybernetics core. What is it for the battle cruisers?
Starport? Fusion core?
Yeah, the fusion core. There you go. They usually used to have the fusion core somewhere on the map, but I think Zerg's got too good at scouting it.
Yeah. I mean, Tasia did popularize for a little bit when he was playing in GSL last season. I don't know if you remember, but he proxied like his racks, his factory, and his starport against Deer in a TVP, and it worked. Like it was just it was insane to see. But it was very specific to that matchup, very specific to that map.
And that player probably as well.
Yeah. We haven't really seen that since. It was popular for like a couple of days after he did it, and then that was it, because everyone realized what that was. But
yeah, that's the thing that sucks. Like, if you're a top level player and you come up with a crazy build, it really only works one time.
Yeah, pretty much, especially in competitive play. Like once they see it,
like you have to perfect a build. You have to create a build order on your own to defeat some of the top level players, and then once you use it once, it's over.
Yeah, pretty much, and we'll see.
What an interesting game StarCraft is.
Yeah, it's cool that the game is pretty old, but still new builds and new playstyles are being used.
Yeah, new MMRs being reached that have never been reached before. I wonder if anyone's ever got as high as Cyril's MMR is. I
don't think so. Yeah, it's definitely really cool to see, and also just shout out to
oh my god,
TurboQuacker.
Yeah, what up, man? He's come to be the CranKy Ducklings random Twitch gifter, and he did randomly gift a sub here to TurboQuacker. Oh no, TurboQuacker to Yakuzaku. Heck yeah! Who better than the man who is here and casting all the games as well?
Yeah. Shout out to TurboQuacker. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate all the subs that you've been gifting. Thank you. Thank you. And oh my god, TerraN, he's doing the same thing.
Yeah, but he's adding a Liberator in this time. That's very interesting. Last time he went for a Viking. I kind of like the Liberator.
Yeah.
I think he's going to send the Liberator to the main and try and get some counter, like some multi-prong harass. Liberator really is the easiest way to multi-prong harass because you just kind of set it and forget, kind of like cooking a turkey or whatever you set and forget. But you kind of just queue it up, go around the map to a certain spot and siege up, and then you can push in with your main army at the third.
Yeah, we'll see.
Double NG bays.
We'll see how this goes because I've seen this before, and the Viking is like a set amount of damage. Like, okay, I'm going to clear up all the overlords. That's the goal. With a Liberator, it's a little bit more up in the air because, okay, will I get damage? Will I not? It kind of depends on the reaction of the ZergLord, right? So yeah, we'll see.
I don't know what I was looking at. It looked like I saw double engine bays go down. I think they were just supply depots. But yeah, I think he's gonna get the medevacs out. Oh, getting 2 drones there. That's not bad.
Yeah,
I like this play. Just a couple Hellions. It's actually a lot of Hellions, but Hellions and the Liberator. It's a really good combo here. Obviously, doing some damage here to the ZergLord.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he can hold here though.
We'll see. I mean, 3 drones that he gets out with the Liberator is already pretty good. These Hellions haven't found too much damage, just clearing creep really.
Oh, the Liberator. Is he gonna get a queen? Oh, he got the queen. That's pretty good. I mean, the Liberator got 2 workers and a queen. I think that's well worth it.
Yeah.
Oh no, they should have gone in. One shot and everything would have been dead.
Yeah, that was definitely an opportunity there, but instead he doesn't opt for it. The queens were able to push him away, and yeah, so far TerraN, he's done a good job at containing, but there will be a moment where the ZergLord will have too much, and these Hellions are gonna have to get out of there.
Yeah, but they already did more than enough damage to, I think, say they've got their money's worth. Like infinite scouting, keeping your opponent at home. You got a queen already. You've gotten some lings. I think he's got some lings. Actually, let me check. Oh, actually, he's only killed 2 lings, but he's got 4 workers. He's got a queen. He got the overlord. So many creep tumors. The creep is non-existent due to this. And with that choke point and the rocks, oh my god, this man is wasting so many scans just to get rid of that creep. The surround is not going to make it.
Ooh. I see down there.
This man is godly with his Hellions.
Yeah, he has to be careful. He's going pretty deep on creep every now and then.
He's been kind of passive with these queens, though. They should have been there a long time ago, honestly. He fought that with the lings for a minute, and I think he should have brought the queens earlier to push this back. I think he needs to go for a counter, because now we have coming across the map a large army, but in this time, no tanks, just Widow Mines, which I think is a good call. Hydralisk Den coming up, and the surround here, question mark? Oh my god, they retreated to the safety of the Marines, and the armory is about to finish, so we can morph in Hellbats, and this medevac can heal all of them. Yeah, I love and the armory also cloaks the Widow Mine, so this armory is we finally get cloaked Widow Mine. It's not like a rush or anything.
We'll finally see
we're
it,
getting
but the Widow Mine shots did get wasted. Both of them are on cooldown, and now I do like this TerraN. He backs off. He realizes that he doesn't have like an anchor point here anymore.
Armory. As soon as the armory's done here in a couple seconds, he's gonna be able to morph in Hellbats, so he'll get healed up, and then he's gonna do some real damage. I'm excited to see how this plays out. Oh my god.
Yeah, here
we get it. Hellbats and cloaked Widow Mines.
Oh god.
Oh, he took out all the Hellbats, but that's almost kind of worth it. Better than the Marines. He's gonna have to kite this army pretty well here, and he's doing a good job so far. Good splits. No big Baneling connects, but the army is whittling down little by little. He can't pick up if he's fast enough and get out of there, and he does. Oh, dropping down again. Oh no, you madman.
Yeah.
As reinforcing units come in.
And at the same time, a couple of wings to get into the natural of TerraN, getting a couple of SCV kills in the end.
Not that great.
Literally a couple. The ZergLord, he has plenty of Ling Bane here, but the Widow Mines. Oh god.
Oh my god, what a shot. Oh, that was so many Banes. I wish we could go back and see how many kills that Widow Mine had.
Jesus Christ. And I was going to say that he has plenty to clean up, but after those 2 Widow Mine shots, the momentum continues in TerraN's favor.
Not so much now.
Yeah.
And he still has the Hellbat in that. Yeah, there he goes. He needs to heal that thing up. It's pretty darn low. But he did morph in a lot more Banelings, and he should be able to clean this up. He should have gone for it already. Oh, he had like a good chance there, I think, where the armies weren't that far apart. Oh, I love this. He's picking some up, and he's going to try and drop into the main, I assume, or even catch this.
Oh, so if the ZergLord was paying attention, he would have spotted that the drop was headed towards
the depots. Yeah, he did. I think he did spot it. Either he spotted or he was just luckily had his army there already. And now he's going to go into 2 different positions, actually dropping his army kind of in the middle part of the map. I guess to heal up and go back in without being spotted.
Yeah, and the big thing is that even though TerraN was trading really well against army, he wasn't killing workers, and we do see a large worker disparity now. The ZergLord really far ahead in his economy. He's expanding even further, getting a 5th base. It's really on this drop or these multi-pronged attacks to deal some kind of economic damage.
Yeah, and with the macro hatch here, I don't think he's going to be able to break through that side, but hopefully he can pull the army out of position. It really didn't, but now it's just a matter of pulling the attention apart of both these players. Who is going to pay attention and split their army accordingly, correctly, perfectly. TerraN sees no army there, so he backs up. I think he knows something's up. Some sort of surround is coming. Something's fishy if there's no army in that base that you're about to attack.
He's trying to reposition. The drop in the main base
he's
did
going
get
for
cleaned
it.
up.
He got hit by a huge Widow Mine shot, but he does have enough to clean this up, I believe.
Yeah,
Widow Mine shots are going off. He's got to pick up and get out of there.
Oh, there's 2 left there. Oh, the friendly fire.
Wow, the friendly fire was good, but I do think TerraN split good there. Now he has too much. There's not enough Banelings here. There's 38 Lings coming out, but not too many Banes. Oh, and they're going to get caught right here. Okay.
Yeah, he needs to wait for the Lings. He needs to fight with everything he has to be able to hold on here. And again, like, there's just so many Widow Mines here. We'll see if there's maybe any friendly fire or how good the splits are for the ZergLord.
He just needs to hold. He really doesn't need to attack here, and with if the Hydras get their upgrades, they can outrange the Widow Mines. So I think that's what he's going for here. He needs vision. He's making 4 Overlords. He needs to make some Overseers here. But yeah, he's already going in a hive, and then we'll probably see some Ultras in a little bit. But TerraN's got to keep poking and harassing at different fronts. Because like you said, he's not causing any economic damage, and he's not like expanding crazy on his own. I'd like to see him maybe double expanding here. He's getting his 4th. If he get his 5th, that'd be great. But oh god, he's on creep, and the army's coming, and the Hydras are here. Good connects. He has no vision though, so we can't even see the Baneling or the what do they call them? Widow Mines. I'm sorry.
Widow Mines,
You can't see the Widow Mines coming, and I like the Liberators now. It's going to take away the attention of the Hydras. He's going to get that 5th base over there in the top northern portion of the map.
Yeah,
actually,
the 6th base is forced to be canceled. At the same time, like with these Liberators and Widow Mines, like this is a pretty decent sieging position, and the hatchery is decently low, so maybe he can keep pushing on forward. But
another Liberator moving up. Yeah, he's gonna go for a big surround. He's doing it, and as the Marines back up, it's all on these Widow Mines right here. Not the big connect you needed from the Widow Mines, but with enough kiting, there's 2 more Widow Mines right here. He's making a lot. Oh my god. The Widow Mines. He's making so much happen with such a little army here. And, oh no, he doesn't want to get caught out by these. Oh, I guess it's only 3 Hydras, but.
Yeah, luckily. They do get one. They could get the other.
Oh my god, they're so low on health. He's so low on health. Oh my god. Oh, he's the other one. Oh man, that's rough. That is rough.
Yeah, and we do see the disparity in supply as an Ultralisk Cavern is being thrown down. Finally, the Hive is being utilized. We have upgrades as well, adrenal glands, and yeah, this is really difficult for TerraN. Like, look at the supplies. Like, you were talking about it. He didn't expand, even though he had map control. He needed to be more aggressive with his expansions, more greedy, and because of that, he's falling a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Oh my, I
think the TerraN's gonna see the lack of that base over there and be like, what gives? Oh, it's not a full wall.
Ah, it's not a full wall. Some things get in, and I just realized that drilling pools isn't even done. We're 12 minutes in, and it's only still being worked on.
Yeah, I guess getting that armory was good enough for him. Like, they're cloaked. That's good enough. Hashtag TerraN patch. Oh, he's gonna cancel his base, but it's not a big deal as long as the cancel and not a complete kill.
Yeah, and here we do have a planetary being set up to the south. Again, like, TerraN, he's on 4 bases. I would like to him try and take another one. The ZergLord, he's already maxed out. We should be seeing a massive push out from him pretty soon.
Or a split. But yeah, he's getting his final upgrade for the Lings. He's getting his armor, melee. He does have the Ultralisk Cavern and is even getting the armor for the Ultralisk. I forgot what that upgrade is called.
Chitinous plating.
Chitinous plating, there you go. I knew it was something plating.
And I don't really know if I like this from the ZergLord. He's expanding here to the south. It's like at a pretty exposed position. TerraN, he's making work. He's getting something done there with his Marines in the middle of the map. The Lings get cleaned up as well. Yeah,
I think the ZergLord just has so much money that he can expand anywhere he wants. Oh no, it's a huge. Oh my god. Ooh. How do they get out of range of that? Usually it blows up when I get that close. Yeah, the ZergLord just has so much money. I think he needs to expand. He doesn't need to expand, but he has money. He's gonna expand, so he's just throwing bases anywhere he can in hopes that he gets one up. If the TerraN is not watching, a lot of friendly fire from the Baneling nest, but it also takes out a lot of Banes, and he picks up and gets out of there right after, actually. But here comes the big push. Marauders coming out 3 at a time here, and he's dropping the army. He's trying to split. He's going for a counterattack at the same time, and I think at the end of this, the ZergLord will win the main fight, but can he go home and defend as well?
Oh my god. So many good Baneling hits. He does end up losing that base, but now the Ultras are starting to come out, and he should be able to clean this up, and what's the answer to the Ultralists?
There's Widow Mines. He needs to start going for a lot of Liberators here.
Ooh, 4 Liberators being produced
Battle Cruiser. Battle Cruiser's coming up. I think. I hope. I believe.
I think he's getting that for Liberator range, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I honestly think so. And I think you also can upgrade the medevac speed. So I'm sure that he'll get those 2 upgrades. But wouldn't it be cool if he went into Battle Cruisers?
That would be pretty
Probably
sick.
not. He would die. He would die to the Hydra. These Banelings are killing everything. He needs to have it like a double planetary here. Wow, he's just going to run away. He's not even going to go for the repair. He does go for the repair, but now the Banelings are here. And this is about it right here. All the workers surround. How many go down? 24. 27! Haha, I was close.
Jesus.
Casinos. And more are falling in the main and the natural, doing a huge Ling run by. And I think this is the final nail in the coffin. Lings in the natural equal nail in the coffin.
Yeah,
and here we have it.
Now that the ZergLord is on top of the production of TerraN, just so much is going down. TerraN has a decent army, and a lot of the Banelings were wasted, but he just can't take control of his own base.
He's got so many mules, so he can keep mining minerals, and he's really just gonna have to go for one big push here. If he can even like manage to get a push out. I think he's going for like multi-prong harass, but as long as the ZergLord can stay alive and not lose every single base, he wins.
Yeah, definitely. Again, the ZergLord, he has the better army right now. He has all these Ultralists, but we could see a couple of drops. We could see TerraN just try and go for one last push, but oh my god, the wall is still down.
Oh my god, there's nothing there to kill anymore, the ZergLord. Oh, he even gets the base. Is he gonna get healed? He has to drop a mule. That thing's so... He's not repairing! He didn't repair with the mules.
He should. There we go. There it goes. There it is. He's repairing with the mules. He's trying to hold on to what he has. And again, I'm very surprised that maybe we'll finally see TerraN push out. Like, he has a decent army. Like, his army supply is higher than that of the ZergLord.
I think he's too busy like defending these, and he's also constantly been going for small little pushes here. and I think that's really taking his attention, which he needs it to stay in this game and cause damage. But I don't think it's enough. These small pushes aren't it. He needs to go for one big one.
Yeah, definitely. Loses the medevac as well, and I'm not too sure what TerraN is waiting for. I guess he just wants as much army as he can. And finally, it looks like we are going to be seeing a massive push out, even pulling a couple of workers to repair, question mark? No, never mind. He's just going to take another base.
As he moves his main base down to the 4th base position here, this is it. This is it for him. He's actually has a Liberator at that base already, just out of range. He's going for the multi-prong harass. The army's actually being pulled to the north, which is allowing the army in the south to completely destroy this base, maybe, question mark? Yeah, he's getting pushed back.
Yeah, he's...
The army supplies are even.
He gets the base, and he was cleaned up to the north there, so now the ZergLord can focus all of his attention here to the south. So we can see all the army moving down here. There's so many Ultras, yeah. Jesus Christ.
He's got to retreat into the Banelings, and with this many Ultralisk, I don't think there's much you can do here.
Yeah, there's not enough
friendly fire.
Liberators.
Oh yeah, no way. This is gonna be it. This is the last of it. The army's gone. The supply does not lie. Double the supply here, just about, for the ZergLord. And with that, he will be securing his victory in game number 3.
Yeah,
he'll be up now.
Like, he has this a decent army here to try and hold on, but like there are just so many Ultralisks. TerraN is forced to lift up his main base that he landed earlier, and oh god, he's trying to hold on as best he can, but now the writing is definitely on the wall. Like the ZergLord.
I mean, yeah, if you're a TerraN versus a Zerg this late in a ZvT, 20 minutes, and you're not getting out Thors or Ghost or some crazy late game tech, and you're sitting on 3, maybe 4 bases, you're in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, again, like TerraN, he does have really good SimCity here at his 3rd base. Like that's the one thing keeping him in the game. Like it's
a 3rd base. That's all he got.
Exactly.
It's already mined out. He doesn't even have gas on any of those. He has, and look at the ZergLord. He's got 2,000 gas bank up. He's just making lings.
Yeah, and again, like the SimCity is nice, so it's difficult for Ultralisk to deal with this, but at the same time, like he's just gonna starve him out. Like TerraN is trying to expand, but here we go. Finally, we have the Ultras trying to push in.
And he's just trying to pull the army out of position, I think, so that he can hit. Yep, there he goes in with the lings. There are Banelings here and a lot of defense, and he's really just pulling this army to different sides. Like, I'll hit this side, you go here. Pretty much whack-a-mole at this time. Oh, Banelings connect! There's no more workers here. 16 workers left for the TerraN versus 56 for the ZergLord. And with that, I keep saying this, but I think we should see a GG here eventually.
Well, the ZergLord, he's trading really inefficiently. He lost a lot of lings there on the left-hand side, and he didn't even kill this base to the right. So you can see the ZergLord, he isn't too far ahead in supplies. Like, he has a massive gas bank, not really much with minerals. So if TerraN, realistically, if TerraN keeps trading like this, like if the ZergLord keeps throwing away lings like this, then this is great for TerraN.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty good for these trades here for TerraN, but man, 64 workers to 16. He's barely securing a 3rd. He's not mining it off from his 4th. I don't know. That base right there is not mining it off. I don't know why.
Yeah, and again, like the SimCity, like the defensive position here, it's like it's so efficient for the TerraN.
Yeah, I really like that SimCity, but it would suck if Banelings came in and ruined it all. I think at this point, the ZergLord, he's in the lead. He should know he's in the lead. He needs to sit back, maybe get some Vipers. A Blinding Cloud would go great right here. And while he's broken and prodding, he just needs to max out again. Just get a huge Baneling flood and go in. He has no Banes here really though.
Oh god, the army is trying to kite as best it can against the Ultralisk. Oh god, but it looks like the ZergLord, he's pulling back again. Like he keeps trading, forcing a lift off, killing. Oh, okay, here we go. He's pushing in. Oh, the Ultras being focused down.
Yeah, he's getting a good engagement. The Ultras are actually getting zoned out by the Lings themselves. But if you look here, there's no medevacs. He doesn't have any gas. He has no income. This is it. He's down to 32 minerals, 20. He has 0 workers. He has 0 workers. And that's going to be it. That's it. GG. The ZergLord wins game number 3. And now he's up 2-1 on match point. Wow. That dragged out longer than it should have, that last game. But I get it. It's a lot of money on the line here. Like, honestly, more than they would have got if they won the qualifiers.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of the line, and TerraN, he was trying his best there towards the end. Again, he was trading really efficiently. He was making the ZergLord work hard for it. The ZergLord, he just kept throwing away lings. Like, he was making the ZergLord was making it closer than it should have been. I do think that he was a little bit stubborn with his tech. Like, if as all this was happening, if he was like getting a spire and a greater spire for broodlords, and like it would have ended a lot faster. But sticking with a heavy ling composition, not very many banes, like he kept trading inefficiently. But yeah, GG, well played.
Yeah, that one was pretty fun to watch. That was a good one. It's always fun to watch a TerraN get crushed.
Yeah.
No, he didn't get crushed. His efforts were just, I guess it came back like to the same thing as in game one. What do you say? I have the blocker on, so just I can assume
he is repositioning the way he is sitting as
okay.
That was a very long game, and apparently he's going numb in places. So
in places. I don't know if they can see the chat. I hope not.
They cannot.
I'm gonna turn that off.
All right, we are being set up for the next game, potentially the final game. Meanwhile, shout out to Scarecrow in the chat. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but he used to be a part of 1F Pro ? I do believe
you're wrong.
Am I wrong?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know who Scarecrow is.
Maybe confusing him with someone else, but I do recognize him being an active, I want to say OCE/C. I want to say Australian. Right. I could be completely wrong though.
Yeah. Well, you let us know if we're wrong, Scarecrow. The only Scarecrow I know is it's a rapper from 3-6 Mafia. If you guys know who I'm talking about, you guys are real ones. But yeah, I do like the map, the CranKy Ducklings logo. That's all sick. I enjoyed this tournament, man. So I just wanted to say that before we get into the final match here, possibly the final match of the evening. This is a best of 5 series. And here we are in the top right-hand corner. This player is up 2-1. He is playing for the Bad Clan. He is representing Zergs. He's red. His players are, at least. Not him in real person. I don't know if he's red. I've never seen him. But he's a Brazilian, and he goes by the name of TheZergLord.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, and I did just check, Scarecrow is an ESL, or he was an ESL admin for ANZ. I did see. I remember these. I remember these names.
You remember more than me.
Spawning in. So you're all about the Drafty boys, you know, the long boys, the
Yeah.
We have the Brazilian TerraN player representing Black and Knight Esports. It is TerraN.
Yeah, we shall see how this turns out, man. I hope everyone's well adjusted and nothing's falling asleep this time around.
That would be a bit awkward. But yeah, so far so good. Again, on Eternal Empire, are we going to see another very long macro game?
I know, it's interesting for the final map. It's possibly the final map, most macro map ever, and we haven't seen a long macro. It's always been one player trying to out cheese the other, and we saw TerraN last time started out with the cheese build. I liked his idea there, like he went for the Hellbats and Widow Mines, but it didn't work.
Yeah,
and we see the ZergLord here going around. I think he avoided the SCV.
Oh, I think he did. Yeah, he's being a little bit cheeky as he did go for a pull first. Oh my god, in the Roach one, but it's gonna get scattered by the SCV. He sees it. He knows.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, so he does spot that. So we'll see if where he throws down the bunker, if it's on the high ground, if it's on the low ground. I imagine he's going to want to be getting a tank out pretty fast or a Banshee. Meanwhile, these Lings so far, they haven't dove in, but I'm honestly okay. I'm a little bit surprised. I don't know, maybe if it would have been an overreaction to cancel and make the no. Okay, so the CC is going to finish up, and he's making the bunker here on the low ground. Okay,
it's kind of good. I mean, I don't think he's going to commit to the roaches. If he does, that'd be crazy.
He canceled it.
Yeah, that's smart. He canceled it. That's good.
Oh my god, what a big brain. What a big brain.
Yeah. But I also think TerraN knows this, and it being scouted, he's like, there's no way this guy really makes roaches and just comes across the map right now.
We'll see. I mean, he's playing it safe, right? He threw down that bunker. Like, if he focuses on defensive units instead, then yeah, then maybe it would have paid for itself, especially since he didn't finish the Roach Warren.
This is so bad. TheZergLord doesn't even have a third base yet, so that's going to put him really behind. And I think if he wants to come back in this game, not that he's super far behind, but I think when you go for tech like that, it doesn't work. You delayed your third for it, and you got no value out of it, other than maybe throwing your opponent off because you canceled it. I would like to see TheZergLord maybe go for a quick layer in the mutas or something to catch back up here.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out, as it looks like we will be seeing a 1-1 opener. It looks like, I imagine Banshees. I imagine we're going to see the Starport float over. There we go. No Fusion Core, no BCs, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
we'll see. I don't quite know how this turns out. I like Cloaked Banshees coming up. That's good. Pretty much TheZergLord's probably gonna do everything in his power, skipping whatever he can in order to catch back up here. Because I mean, he's not totally down in this game, but when you do deny your third to go for roaches and it doesn't work out, it's kind of rough. He should see that. He should be prepared for this.
Yeah, definitely. Again, the Overlord did go into the main base, did scout the 1-1-1, did see the tech lab researching as well, so we should be seeing spores thrown down. We should have detection on the way. Nothing quite yet, which is a little bit concerning, but this
not even a layer.
Yeah,
I feel like given that okay, there they are. Yeah. But given that he saw that much bio out already, he should expect it's going to be like I've seen this. It's a bio and a Cloaked Banshee push out. So they all push out into one base, and hopefully the Marines can take out a queen and then make way for the Banshees, or Banshees take out the queen and make way for the Marines, vice versa, whatever works. Yeah. Either way, we should be seeing a push here real soon with all these units together.
And as you say that, you know, we do have 2 more racks on the way as well, so we're gonna have 3 racks production. And again, it was a pretty early stim timing as well, so yeah, we'll see how hard this hits later on. So far, the Banshee is across the map. There are spores in position though, so shouldn't deal too much.
Ooh, nice. Double. Oh god, that was bad. Triple. Wow. Oh my god, that was nasty. Why would you allow that, TheZergLord? Now he's gonna. Oh my god, quadruple. Oh my, he's gonna scan for it.
Oh my god.
He doesn't even want to scan for it. He's going back. He's gonna scan for it.
I mean, he could, right? Like, Banshees are pretty good at clearing it.
Oh, he's gonna get so many creep tumors here.
Oh my god.
Wow, he can get one more.
Yeah,
he's not micro.
He can get one more.
If both would have hit it, he would have got it, but
yeah, and
he wasn't able to.
Oh, oh god, the Bailey Nest.
It's so exposed. He doesn't have a layer. I think this is just gonna be the end of game number 2.
If he loses it could be like the Marine bio push. It's getting stronger and stronger. Like, it's gonna hit pretty hard. There are some.
He's going to warp and Baneling. He has no gas. Oh my god. Oh my he has no transfuses, and he walled himself off.
Yeah, he can't
even get out there. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is just bad.
Wow, and just like that, TerraN, he's forced the remake of the Bailey Nest. So if he moves out pretty soon, then this Bioforce could hit incredibly hard with no Banelings.
Yeah, I don't think he knows about the Spire though, and the layer, or the Spire and the mutas that are about to come out. He's got to push out now, because once the mutas get out, they're gonna go cause counter damage. And I'm just not sure. I think if he moves out right when the mutas are put on the production tab, and the mutas go across the map, the army hits, the mutas won't be able to help, and he won't see it coming, so he won't be able to reinforce. But as of now, it's not looking too good for the TheZergLord.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see as TerraN, he's just taking his 3rd base. He's getting a 4th CC as well.
Oh my god. I love it though. Like, that's the right call to double expand when you're ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Here we go. The drop is finally here. The Spire is done. I don't see any mutalists quite yet. None on the way either. There are some slow
I think he knows they won't help. He knows the mutas won't help in this push here. And he's trying to deny that. A couple actually really good Baneling connects. A little bit of a sloppy move there by TerraN, but honestly, he can afford it right now.
Yeah, that was really well done, because TerraN, I think he focus fired 3 Banelings before they connected, but did lose a full medevac worth of Marines there. And
the TheZergLord not being able to expand, he's gonna have to get is he getting a macro hutch anywhere? He has so much money minerals banked up right now.
There we go.
No
Macro hash is on the
okay.
way. Yeah, just being thrown down now. And TerraN, this move out, I'm a little bit concerned. It doesn't look too strong. There's only 2 tanks, only a handful of Marines.
I feel like if you're going to double expand behind this, you should probably just defensively sit back at home. Or maybe I think he should not fully commit, like posture up against this army, but don't siege your tanks too greedily like he is here.
Yeah, and the mutalisks have been revealed. There are 2 tanks. There is a lot of reinforcing bio with this as well.
What Hellbat?
Oh god, Bailing speed finished.
There's no splits and he's still on creep, and there's only, oh my god, the tanks did really good. I think he even target fired the Banes with the tanks, but it's all gonna get taken out here, and he needs to split really good, and it's just not gonna be enough. None of this army's gonna get out of there, and he still does have the higher army supply though somehow.
Yeah, he traded fairly well, and again, TerraN, he has the better economy, right? Or he had the better economy, and
he target fired down all of the mutas. There's only 4 mutas left. There was like 8 or 9 there a second ago.
Oh god, the Baneling's not ready either.
Oh man, he's gonna catch the Banelings out, and it looked like the ZergLord was coming back, and now I think TerraN is holding on, and he's gonna be able to secure the victory.
That was actually
almost looked like enough.
Yeah, that was actually a really nice play. The Marines were forced back to protect the tanks from the mutalisks, and it looks like there's just enough here for the ZergLord to hold on.
Yeah, but every time the ZergLord clears this up, he loses more than he's winning here, and he's really just defending a base that he can't even himself saturate.
Yeah, and the base, it's going to go down. He's on top of the Banelings as well.
Yeah, and the base is going to go down now for sure. You can see the army coming from a mile away. There's not much mining here left for the ZergLord. He's gonna morph in Banelings, and this is his last effort here.
Yeah, this doesn't look like a game-ending push. He's just trying to get as much damage done as he can. But the next wave, though, like with tanks, with Marines, he's even expanding aggressively as well towards his opponent.
I love it. I love it. He just needs his planetary to finish here soon, but the tank pushes everything back. And I love it. It's a little late, but better late than never. The Thors are joining the party, and that should shut down all of the muta play here.
Yeah,
I don't like that the ZergLord's still going for mutas. I think it's more of just a defensive thing because he's not really moving out with it. But,
yeah, I do think that
Aaron's doing good.
He should definitely be focusing more on his ground army at the moment, but he's trying to keep, I guess he's trying to focus on his mutalisk count to try and keep TerraN at home. To be fair, he's only just now throwing down missile turrets, so mutalisk this entire time they could have gone in and dealt a bunch of damage, but they were forced to be home defensively, and now, oh my god, the Marine's already here.
Yeah, he's got vision from quite a distance away with that sensory tower. Oh, he's not gonna be able to get any damage here at all. These mutas are strictly just to look for a hole and hopefully keep at least some of the TerraN army at home, because it won't keep it all at home forever. He is going to go for a move out here eventually. I think it's coming right now. Scans, sees that base is just now finishing, and there's really nothing there. And that's perfect, because this base to the north and to the south for the ZergLord were like southeast position. Those are 2 very far distance bases that are exposed, and he can just multi-prong harass both of them.
Definitely.
This is so much Ling Bane. He needs to go into something new.
Oh, the mutalisks all the way down here to the south. It's just Ling Bane here, and
pick up the Thor. Pick up the Thor.
Oh god.
Well, the Thor does take a lot of Banelings, so I guess that's why you leave the Thor in there. But this was just so much Ling Bane, and I think he hasn't gone with any real splash damage here. Yeah, I think he needs more Hellbats.
He finished up drilling claws, but he doesn't have any Widowmines here, and now he's pushing on forward. The tank is gonna go down. The planetary is gonna try and hold on, but there's just so much. Okay, with the reinforcements.
Yeah. I was gonna say, even if he does take out this planetary, I think 3 bases is pretty good for the TerraN. I think he should have a 5th base already, though, with his economy.
Yeah, I definitely think another CC should be in production for TerraN. Oh, wait, there it is. It is a little bit exposed. It's already pretty low health.
City-ish. Yeah.
Yeah. But it is on the way, and there we have it. Some Widowmines are finally being incorporated. He really needs this against the Ling Bane. Without it, we saw that the ZergLord was actually trading really well. Oh god, the mutalisks get caught out.
Oh geez, that's bad. And that puts the mutalisk count down to 7, which isn't ideal, but he's just focusing on Ling Bane right now. He's gotten up to 84 workers. That is ridiculous. And ZergLord pulled himself back. Like, there's no way I could just say he loses straight up now like I could earlier.
Yeah, like he double expanded and he got away with it. Like there was a drop to the south and he was pushing to the north like TerraN was, but he got cleaned up on both sides, and now
TerraN's being so greedy. He's expanding towards the Zerg.
Yeah, he's being really aggressive is what I would say. Like he's basically like a screen away from the base of the ZergLord now.
Yeah, which is that's super aggressive. Normally you try and build away from them, but he's like, I'm here, come and get me. And huge Ling run by. Widow Mines do friendly fire damage, but also cause so much damage, trading very efficiently. And these workers are going to be abandoned. He can lift the base, and it looks like a hard hold here, but he should be able to hold and dealing counter damage at the same time. Hopefully he's watching and he can pick up and get out of there. No, he's going to just sacrifice his army, pull the attention away. He's going up towards the north now. Like I said, this north and south base for the ZergLord, it makes it really easy to be punished by the TerraN player. And now oh my god, workers, 12 workers went down right there. And now there's still Widow Mines with shots left. He's going to take out all of these workers here.
Oh yeah, the Widow Mine shots are going to go off as well.
Oh my gosh, that was huge. And now he's brought himself back up in the league worker-wise. The Ling run by was not able to accomplish much for the ZergLord. And this is a back and forth match here. It's still anybody's game in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm a little bit concerned because what is there here to defend this new base from TerraN? It looks like finally his reinforcements do arrive. He has a couple of Thors, he has a couple of Widow Mines as well. Like, he's doing really well.
Warping it into a planetary as well.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And
honestly, that's a good anchor point for him to take this base in the north away from ZergLord and then just retreat to the safety of his Widow Mines and planetary fortress. He's going to have to abandon the base. Yeah, and at the same time, his other base to the south is getting attacked by Widow Mines. Close Widow Mines. Oh my god.
Those Ling run by as well, but it did get cleaned up. So TerraN, he takes the base. He doesn't really lose anything for it either. But I would like to him. Actually, what is there here defending his third? The ZergLord, his army. It's all the way to the south.
I think the ZergLord's pretty much done here. Like, yeah, he can. I think the problem here is while he did catch up in workers and he was able to secure a huge worker lead, and then he had the best army, Ling Bane, whatever, but he didn't transition into Ultralisk or Vipers or Broodlords at all, and he's just now getting a layer. This is super late. 15-minute layer?
Yeah, that's the hive that is being morphed in, and
yeah, hive. My bad.
That's the thing, right? Like throughout all of this, he was working on his bases and his droning, which was good. But hive is so late because of it. To be fair, though, TerraN, he's giving him a bunch of time. He didn't go in for the third base kill. Like, he's coming back here to defend.
Yeah, which is a little bad, but also I feel like TerraN should know that something's coming up. Oh god, Widow Mine. Good Widow Mine connects. It doesn't kill the mutas outright, but it weakens them and they get surrounded. Oh my god, that's so much going down here for the ZergLord. And this is looking like a GSL, like Sue versus Special.
Yeah.
These mutas sometimes just don't cut it here with a pre-split. Such a good split here. But still, I think that's a lot of army for the ZergLord. I don't know if this is the best engagement, but it does favor TerraN here. And while all his army might be cleaned up, I don't think it will get cleaned up. Yeah. GG TerraN, wow, bringing that game in for the victory. It looked like he had the lead, then he lost it a little bit, and then he pulled it back, and then he was losing it, and then he pulled it back.
GG.
That was great.
Well played. And honestly, I do feel like a lot of that did come down to the ZergLord just, you know, being on layer tech for so long. Like, his hive was insanely late.
I realized that. I was like, okay, he's defending now. Broodlords, now Ultralisk should come in and hit, and there was just no transition from him, and he was finally getting the layer, but by that time so much damage had been done. Honestly, he should have had the layer done and Ultralisks out by the time that TerraN was taking out that base to the north, and as well securing a planetary to the north. It was crazy, but that was a really good game.
Yeah, definitely. Like, the ZergLord, he was just constantly under pressure that he didn't really have the time to make that hive, right? Like, he was constantly just
I think he just didn't have the mental capacity to be thinking about all that at once.
Yeah, that's kind of what it comes down to. Like, there was a lot that was going into trying to defend everything, and TerraN, he was just able to strain him enough, to pull him apart enough to just harass and keep him on low tech, lower econ for a long time as well. And yeah, what a game.
Yeah, that's super good by TerraN there. And the ZergLord, he was losing really early. That was like a regain from a failed roach rush all in.
Yeah, really, like, the Banshees were just doing so much, right? Like when they sniped the Baneling Nest as well, like, oh god.
Yeah, the Baneling Nest and the Banshees and the failed Roach Warren. He had a super late third. He couldn't get a good economy going, all due to that. What was it, an SCV or something that scouted?
SCV scout, yeah.
Yeah, not even the Reaper. Crazy. But what better way to end the Latin American tournament than with two of the best players coming out of Brazil and Death Aura LE for the final map of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is for all the marbles. $250 is at stake here. Who is going to take some money home? Who's going to go home with a lot less money and a lot less pride and a lot less to gloat about? We'll find out. But as of right now, spawning in the top left-hand corner, plays for Black Knight Esports. He is a TerraN. He's from Brazil. He's also blue. Hopefully he doesn't die. It is TerraN.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player representing Team The Bad. It is TheZergLord.
Oh man, which way is it going, Light? Who's winning this here?
It's hard to say on a map like Death Aura. You know, there are speed zones here. It isn't like too like small of a rush distance either. I kind of want to give this to TerraN. Like, I feel like he's been very aggressive. He's been applying a lot of pressure, and I feel like maybe these speed zones will help with that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I feel like both players know that the aggressive one always loses, and they're both just going to be really passive here.
Yeah. I mean, that came into play last game as well, right? We had that incredibly early Roach Warren and was forced to cancel it.
But then TerraN got kind of aggressive, going for a quick stem timing and the Banshees and all that, but it wasn't super all in from TerraN, so he was like aggressive. I feel like almost in response to his opponent.
Yeah, I was about to say that TerraN was more reactive to what he scouted from the TheZergLord, and that's what paid off, right?
I mean, he had the quick stem timing already down, but I'm pretty sure he didn't expect to invest even more. And I think once he saw the Roach Warren and saw that it was canceled, he invested more, and it paid off. He got the Baneling Nest. And it all, honestly, after the Baneling Nest, it all kind of spiraled from there.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you don't want to lose your Baneling Nest that early on. Like, that's like
you don't want to lose it ever.
yeah, because that slows down Baneling speed, that slows down Baneling production in general. Like, it just leaves you so vulnerable, and it delays everything else as well. So, yeah, really nice.
Somehow he pulled it off. And now it's 2v2. Or 2-2-2.
2-2-2.
2-2, yeah. 2-2.
Yeah.
It's 2-2.
Twos are involved.
Twos are involved. No twos were hurt in the making of this matchup. They're just posted because now it's a 2v2 or 2-2, not 2v. It's 1v1 and 2-2.
And unfortunately, one of those twos is going to turn into a 3.
Yeah. And unfortunately, there's no cheese here.
Yeah, no cheese whatsoever. So far, this Reaper has done a decent job. Oh
my god.
Creep tumor.
Yeah, that was risky. He risked it for the biscuit. And now he's eating biscuits and gravy. Have you ever eaten biscuits and gravy?
Biscuits and gravy?
Yeah. You've never heard of that?
What is the biscuits?
A biscuit, how would I describe a biscuit? I have no idea. It's bread, a Pillsbury Doughboy biscuit. I don't know if you've seen those.
Okay, so here in Australia, as well as in the land of the England, a biscuit is like
crackers.
Yeah, it's like a cracker, but for like tea. You know, like a.
Yeah. No, biscuit here. I don't know about all over America, but in Texas, a biscuit is like a fluffy bread puck.
You're a madman.
And yeah, what we do is in Texas we eat biscuits and gravy, which is pretty much just bread. And then you just cut it in half and fill it, cover it in gravy, put some sausage in the gravy, and then you have bread and gravy.
I have a question for you. What's the difference between a biscuit and bread?
Okay, so biscuit is more of a round handheld bread. And when you say bread, that's more of like a loaf. Actually, when you go to chicken restaurants, they say, do you want a biscuit or a roll? And a bread roll is more round and soft, where a biscuit is more crispy on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
I made some pictures at some point. I made some diagrams.
Yeah, I'm going to send you pictures after this. But as we're discussing all the biscuits, one man might be taking a biscuit here. He's actually getting us around with drones on these Hellions. 4 workers go down. This is actually very dicey here. 4 workers went down. I kind of think it's worth it.
Yeah, there was a decent worker damage done there. He also got a decent amount of lings as well. Meanwhile, the ZergLord, he did go in with an Overlord scout earlier. He did spot the 111. But again, the Banshee hasn't gone in quite yet, so the damage hasn't been done. But spores are already in position. This time the Bailey nest isn't in an exposed position.
Oh my god,
either,
yeah.
so.
And he's already going for the +1/+1. I think he expects like a big Marine all in here or something like that, but he's prepared for the Cloak Banshees with the extra spore in the middle.
Yeah, as well as all these queens. Like, he should be feeling pretty good.
Yeah. And defense is looking solid here so far.
Yeah, he even has a spore at the 4th base. Wow.
Yeah, that shit isn't done yet, but he can get it if he's like, yeah, right there. Needs to pull the queens. He's gonna get a cancel. 100%. Can't transfuse it.
No,
that's so annoying.
He's gonna get it again.
Oh, he canceled it right as the shot's fired. Wow. And that pulls the queens out of position for a counterattack to go down there in the south, but there is not one prepared just quite yet for TerraN.
Yeah, not quite
I like
yet.
his position though. He already has a 3rd base. He made it in the wall, so it was kind of safe. He didn't have to make in a bunch of extra depots. And now he has a lot of Marines, but as the ZergLord kind of predicted, he already got +1. Melee and defense is almost ready. The layer's going to be done. Baneling speed won't be here in time, but he will be able to get a lot of Banelings, a lot of Lings, and they will be armored and have upgrades. And the creep, I think, is most important here. When you're going to get pushed out by a big army like this, you need your creep spread as far as back. It holds them back. It lets you know when they're coming. They got to scan to clear it because they're not going to attack on creep. Marines are pretty much solely able to live on the edge of creep, and they're already pretty deep. As I say that, they're really deep.
Yeah.
We're gonna get surrounded.
Yeah, like their primary goal was just to clean up that creep, but oh my god, the Lings
Oh my
get in.
god, huge Ling run by to the 3rd base here, and it is held off. A couple workers go down. These depots are actually pretty big pickoffs.
Oh wow,
the friendly fire! He pulled the friendly fire out and got 4 SCVs for it. And that was just great. And now back at home, Centrifugal Hooves is coming up. It won't be done for a good, I want to say like almost a whole minute. And more things are going to go down here. More units. Things are going to die. Things are going to go poof.
Yeah. So we already have Lair, right? So is he already, is that a hive? Yeah, it is. It's
going hive? What the hell? Oh my god!
I was a little bit.
You said you guys want to talk crap about my hive? He's like, okay, I'll show you our quick hive.
It's like, I forgot it last time. It's the first thing I'm gonna get to. I'm gonna rush hive. I'm not even gonna get ultras or use it in any way. I'm just gonna have it. Oh god.
Yeah. Oh my god. And he's cleaning up this army pretty good now. The lack of Centrifugal Hooves here is annoying. It will finish up here in 2 seconds, just in the nick of time. Ooh, even having Lings over here to stop this 4th base from going down, which it won't stop it, but it does let him know that the army is moving into that position.
Yeah.
He picked off a couple units, gets him weak. He's not making any more medevacs, so there's only a few medevacs, 2 medevacs, so these Marines are going to have a hard time stemming.
Yeah, and I love this from the ZergLord. So what he's doing, as I just noticed, is he doesn't have Hydralistan, he doesn't have Spire, he doesn't have any of that. He's going straight into Hive. He's going to go straight into Ling Bane Ultra. And that also goes into why he focused on his upgrades as well, because he has his melee upgrades, his ground upgrades, and his Ultras coming on the way as well.
Yeah, so that's actually really good by him. That's why he took such early upgrades. Normally you do that, like if you know there's an all-in Marine coming here, but this was bad. He got caught out by 2 separate groups of Marines.
Yeah.
And just, he kind of was hemorrhaging a lot of Lings there and just throwing them away, which isn't good. He's going to go for a run by to try and keep his opponent at home, and oh my god, they're actually going to get caught out here.
Yeah, he's trying to deal some damage with this, but yeah, there's plenty of
We got to go into the main.
Oh god, all the Lings.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that was such a waste of Lings. And a Baneling had connected at the end too. And now he's bringing everything here. And there's no anti-air.
Exactly. That's the one vulnerability of going for this style, is that you lack anti-air for a long time. You don't have Hydras.
And the creep's been cleared up. And there's one queen going over here. Actually, they're really low. I was gonna say they could kill this. Oh my god, the queens are so slow. The creep is being kept back in that corner.
Yeah,
and
There's no crease for it at all here, and
this is really risky for TerraN. I hope this. I mean, for the TheZergLord, I hope the TerraN doesn't have this on in the background. Is like, there's Ultralisk on the way now. But I mean, because it is taking him a while to get those across the map. He's making 3 right now, which is super expensive. But I kind of like it. TerraN hasn't really pressured him super hard, and it's allowing him to get his ultras out super fast. He's even already getting the upgrade. He just finished the upgrade to get the Ling's super strength. I forgot what that upgrade's called.
Yeah, he did get adrenal glands. Yeah.
Adrenal glands, yeah.
And because of that, these Lings are already doing incredibly well as well. Ultralists are already coming out. Kindness Planing is about to finish up as well. So the ZergLord, because TerraN has been pretty passive, he hasn't really been dropping or anything. TerraN, he hasn't scouted the main base at all this game. Like, he has no idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if he knows about Hive. If he clicks on these Lings, which you normally don't click on Lings to see their upgrades, but you would be able to see that they have that upgrade, I believe. I don't really recall. I've never tried to look up that upgrade on the Ling, but if he clicked on the Lings, he should be able to see the upgrades. And if he doesn't, then he wouldn't know, which I don't think he knows. He would get maybe Liberators here or just mass Widow Mines maybe, but he's just going for regular Widow Mines. He's going for a Doom Drop. This is about all he has left here.
Yeah, and
I love the positioning.
He finally does spot the Ultralisk, so he does now know what is coming his way, and we need a switch in composition now from TerraN, but at the same time, he's pushing at 2 places at once, and the ZergLord, his army is all over the place.
Yeah, this was the risky part of it from here, from the ZergLord. He's got the superior army composition, but he's not able to split his army. He doesn't have as much. He needs to keep these Ultralisk alive. I don't think he wants to keep chasing this off a creep. And he needs something to defend back at home.
He's going to lose 2 bases. He just lost the hatchery to the left-hand side. Now he's losing the hatchery to the right as well. The ZergLord, even though he has all these ultras, like, they're not in position at all. He only has a couple anyway.
Wow, he's going for a base trade, it looks like. Widow Mines can do a lot of damage. He needs to split. He did split perfectly. And there's so many Lings. They're kind of blocking each other out. And the TerraN actually went home. He didn't go for a base trade or anything of the sort. And he's going home to defend. And I think that was the wrong choice. Now the ZergLord just needs to cause damage here, and he pretty much wins.
But he can't, I don't think.
Oh
like, the
my
Banshees
god, he can't, no anti-air.
Yeah, the Banshees are going to snipe the Ultralisk, and there's just pure Ling. There's no Banelings at all. Like, he can't do anything.
There's 6 Ultralisk coming up. 6 Ultralisk is a saving grace, but like we said, there's no anti-air. He has Espira. He needs to make nothing but Corruptors now to defend the anti-air. And that's it. This is all he's got right here is a bunch of Ultralisks. He needs to morph in Banelings with his remaining gas right before this attack goes.
The Ling's aren't even going to be at home to defend, though. Like, he's going for a massive run by, which I don't think is the right call, because look at the Widow Mines.
No, split. Oh my god, the Widow Mines didn't do enough. And the Banelings don't get a full surround. It's not going to be the best trade. Oh my god, that was such a huge connect there. But maybe he'll be able to get this base.
He canceled the base. And yeah, again, pure Ultralisk is nice, but because the anti-air is limited, like, he could just pick up in the metamax. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, here we go. The anti-air is here. He's going to get back. He actually destroyed that 4th base for TerraN. Took out 15 workers. I think that brought him back in the game now.
Yeah, it definitely did. I would love to see more. You kept saying it. Banelings need to be morphed in. He's just Ling Ultra right now, and oh my god, he's going to get behind this wall as well.
He's making even more Ultralisk behind this, really investing all of his gas back into the Ultras. And I don't know whose game this is. I've been here a couple times recently where you go Ultras and you mass Ultras and you're like, I'm going to take out all this bio, and then you're like, wait, how do you get rid of the air? How do you get rid of... Oh my god, that was disgusting. God, all those Lings just got completely wrecked.
Yeah, it's just making Ultras, and you never want Ultras without support.
Oh my god, I think the ZergLord might have overcommitted here. The Ultralisks are going down, and there's nothing left here. The army supplies are still semi-even. ZergLord trying to secure him another beast. GG! TerraN takes it! The ZergLord was unable to secure the victory. He went for a risky build and an unfortunate turn of events. It did not pay off for him. And now the TerraN is taking home the pot. That was a $250 prize pool. It's not all, of course, going to TerraN. It'll be split between 1st place, 2nd place, and a few other people, but he's winning the most money. GG. What a match. We went all the way to the ace match. I expected nothing more than that from these players here.
Exactly. These guys are great. They're so well evenly matched against each other, and we went all the way to the ace match. And again, like, I love how the ZergLord was, like, the idea, like how he was playing it out, rushing all the way to Ultralisk. He got away with it, but again, like he was focusing a lot on like counterattacks. He never really defended really well against the drops. Like he just kept losing bases because his army was just constantly out of position. And he eventually,
oh my god,
he eventually did get that Spire for Corruptors, but it was a little bit too late.
Yeah, it was just, oh my god, it was a weird transition. And I would hope that would work in another world. Maybe if you had some Vipers, but really that's dependent on your opponent not attacking you, and you save up so much that you can get the army to split, but he didn't have enough army to split it all.
Honestly, what I think it was, like we saw in that last engagement, he had the supply. All of his lings went down to those Widow Mines, every single one. It was just ultras against bio, and you never want that. Like ultras are bad. Exactly. You need Ling Bane to support. And speaking of, like he barely made any Banelings that game. Like towards that, like the last 10 minutes, it was just like pure Ling Ultra. Like where were the Banelings?
Yeah, exactly. It was rough, but man, I was honestly hoping for the Zerg to win here. Obviously, he couldn't, but it's all good. That was nonetheless a sick event, and now we're at the end of it. It's midnight here in my area, but I don't got much going on, so I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and this was sick for the Latin American community. Literally just funneling money to these players to survive and eat and come back and play, and giving them a reason. Shout out to Espira for this, and Darking for being here as well, and of course all Spanish casters, and most importantly, in my opinion, shout out to you, Light, and the CranKy Ducklings for sponsoring this so heavily. This was by no means a small sponsorship. Within 2 days, the pot was more than doubled.
Yeah, we saw an opportunity, and of course we love the Latin American scene. Like it's great. It's really cool what they've been able to do, and yeah, we're more than willing to support something like this, and we're willing to do it again, right? Like this isn't the first dream hack of the year, so we're looking to try and do this for every single one. Yeah,
and maybe we can do some other tournaments on the side. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. I know Light's pretty spread thin, but I'm convinced I can convince Light to throw something else in there. I don't know. But besides that, like, yeah, guys, make sure to check out everything else that goes on at CranKy Ducklings on Instagram, YouTube, and most importantly, Twitter, in my opinion, because that's where you get all the straight facts. And yeah, man, I think we're pretty much done here. I don't got much else to say. What about you, Light? You got anything to say?
Before we do head off, of course, thank you so much to Espira. Just a little bit of an explanation. Like, as I do see, we have a bunch of people who aren't like natively Spanish speakers. Espira is basically like Team Liquid, but for the Latin American community. They have like a big organization of like admins and casters and content creators. They all work together.
Yeah.
They host events. We've casted most of the events here on the channel, like FFAs, 2v2s.
We're like the English, official English casters of all that stuff.
Yeah,
because in Spanish, like for you guys who don't know, like I'm sure y'all heard of Jim Rising. He had 1,000 viewers watching this tournament on his cast as he was doing it at the same time as us. So this was sick, man. I enjoyed this very much.
And you say 1,000 viewers for Jim, but I'm pretty sure Pobla had like over like 3, 4, 5K on YouTube.
Oh, no way.
Pobla is incredibly YouTube. They're incredibly popular on YouTube. They have thousands of viewers there.
That's sick. So there you go. That's just on Jim Rising stream, and then there was another Spanish stream. So on YouTube they had even more, and then like we even had the Brazilian stream. It was sick, man. I love seeing the community show up for these events. And in 2 days, we managed to get over like 3,000 viewers on a tournament in just a couple of days.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like the Latin American community were really supportive as soon as they heard, hey, we're doing something for the guys who couldn't qualify, because we were talking about it and we were upset. Can you imagine how upset the Latin American community was?
Oh my god, yeah.
Only 2 qualifier spots per qualifier. Only 6 players made it through out of all of these guys. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. At least have Latin America or North America to fall back on, where we have a couple good players there. But we got 4 spots, so even some bad players from North America made it through, in my opinion.
Whoa.
I'm not going to name names.
I wouldn't say that.
Bad players, but I would say there's more deserving players out there, I think.
I would say that because there were so many spots, we had a couple of non-Americans make it through.
Yeah. That's a better way. That's a nicer way to put it.
And they did take a couple of spots, which made it a little bit harder for NA, but Yeah. Again, huge shout out to Espira. They have a podcast as well. They're really supportive of the Latin American community. And I was just going to post this in the chat. They do now have a Patreon. So if you're willing to test out your Spanish to ask to give them some questions, which they do answer on their podcast, kind of like the Pylon show. You can support there, or if you just want to support the Latin American scene in general, then of course the Patreon is there, and they use that to help fund these events. Like every single month they fund an event, whether it's like an FFA for the community with a bunch of pros, whether it's 2v2s, whether it's like regional, like country specific tournaments. They do a lot, and
nothing but good content from these guys. Nothing but the best of the best. Latin America, you guys, if you watch anything CranKy Ducklings, I think even like the Australian portion and like everyone from the ANZ region and even some Chinese players, Korean players, everyone who watches CranKy Ducklings is slowly becoming familiar with the Latin American scene, and I hope you guys are enjoying it and seeing like the passion from these players. And La Espira is just here to facilitate that and is giving it a platform to do it on, as well as you guys, CranKy Ducklings.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah, like Espira is something that CranKy Ducklings, at least we aspire to be like. And speaking on that, like it's really great that we've been able to really quickly like pull this together and make this happen. Like there was such a short period of time. Like the qualifier ended, and like in 3 days is the main event. So in that short period of time, we had to like organize the tournament, get graphics ready, contact players. And it was really cool that they made
everything set up. That just tells me like, what could CranKy Ducklings times La Espira do if they had more than 2 days to set up a tournament?
Right? I agree 100%.
We'll see. Maybe we'll get something going. I don't know.
Yeah, and like speaking on that, like personally, like as a personal goal, like for me, I would have loved to have done this for other regions as well. Like I think that's kind of the end goal for me, is like we can run this for Latin America. It would be cool if we could do this for, I know Sugar was talking about it for NA. Like it would be great, right? Like because you mentioned it, there are just so many players there, like State, like Starkiller, all these other guys.
And with the big prize pool, if it's 250, maybe we'll get like a Neeb or something to show up. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean,
but for sure, we get like the top NA players that we watched here in the qualifiers.
Yeah, Pili, right? He didn't make it through either. Like, oh god.
Oh yeah, imagine that. Like Pili. We could have had M Canning in there as well, and all types. Asuna as well.
There were just so many good players that just didn't make it through, and not just NA but like ANZ as well, like for my region, like just like all the like
it would be everywhere.
Yeah, it would be great if we could get to the point where we could do that for all the regions. But again, like this most recent DreamHack summer, everything was just rushed and crammed in such a short period of time that it just, I don't think it would be possible, to be honest.
I mean, but this is a good start, and in the future we can do more and expand. And this was really a test run, and you guys showed up and showed us that it's worth it. So now we can do it again and start working on that. Yeah, other than that, man, appreciate everyone tuning in. You guys can follow me, Yoda_Slim, on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I am starting to Twitch more starting this week, but for the most part, Twitter, Instagram. If you guys really want to support me, I say it every time, follow CranKy Ducklings, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And what about you, Light? Where can they find you at?
Yeah, same thing. Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. You can follow me there on the social medias to see when I go live, as I usually tweet when I do. But yeah, again, follow CranKy Ducklings. Like, we're here almost every day of the week. We're live with StarCraft 2 content, whether it's Latin American, North American, Southeast Asia, Korea. We have everything. We have almost everything. And
if somehow CranKy Ducklings aren't live at the moment you get on Twitch, which is very rare, you can always hop on YouTube and watch all the VODs, even to tournaments like this and everything we've casted. All the regions, Light said, all the VODs are on YouTube, so check that out as well. And you can continue. My bad. I just wanted to make sure people know that YouTube is a spot. It's where we go to get the best content.
Yes it is. And again, thanks everyone for watching. I think we're done. Quickly, I just want to mention Darking. Shout out to Darking, man.
The godfather of the Latin American scene.
The godfather himself. He's behind everything and everything. He was the main admin today. He was the one who was contacting all the players, setting everything up. So this couldn't have happened without him. So we really appreciate it.
And now the last thing before we go, like, have you checked Discord?
I have not. What is...
Okay, you should check Discord and let me know. To you, what would you say the difference is between the biscuit and the gravy?
I see you've been hard at work. You've been like, all right, as soon as light folks, I'm gonna quickly look this up.
This is the most research I've ever done in my life.
What?
I set a picture of the biscuits and the gravy, or the biscuits and the rolls, and then biscuits is gravy. So what would you consider the difference between biscuits and rolls?
Oh, hold on. All right, so the rolls are the bottom one, right?
Yeah, biscuits on top.
Biscuits. Okay, so biscuits. They look. Are they fried? Are they?
No, they're baked. They're more of like a crispier outside.
Okay.
How differently?
Is there ever such a thing as like a big biscuit? Like would an American ever like put a hot dog in a biscuit?
No. Biscuit is strictly like that. What you see in the picture, it's mostly like a breakfast bread. Maybe you could put like egg in there. Okay. But for the most part, you just eat it as a side.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I need to get my hands on one of these at some point.
You definitely should. That they are great. But yeah, so for those of you guys in America that know what that is, this should be kind of funny to you. It's funny to me the language barrier, how things are different. Like I do know biscuit is like a cracker, and yeah, in Texas we got biscuits and rolls. You guys should try some. Come to Texas. But all right, we got that cleared up, and that's all I wanted to make sure and get cleared up. Now you know the difference, maybe kind of, sort of, but yeah, I guess we're all done here now. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next cast. Bye.
Ciao.